Okay, so this is my first how-to video I've actually really done, but I was looking at a Steam forum the other day, and someone was saying there's a how-to guide for the particular Diamond Caves, which I've been playing for many years. So anyway, here's a quick how-to with a level editor. If anybody finds this useful and wants me to expand on a little bit of help with this, then I will do. So anyway, you load up Diamond Caves and you ask for the editor, and this is 509, and this is the screen you'll get. So first of all your level sets are on the left hand side. You can expand the tree, just left click on there. So those are the built-in levels, which you cannot actually edit as such. You can look at them, you can't save them. You might be able to copy them, I'm not sure. You possibly can. I'm not going to explore that today. We've also got Steam Workshop, will show all the ones you've subscribed to, and then finally your own collections, which obviously if you're just starting out, yours will look empty. Personally mine are, because I've imported some and been playing around with this for a while. Anybody watching this video may recognise some of those level sets, and these are your own ones basically. And yeah, I mean, yeah, you can literally open them up, and you can see an existing level. But we're not looking at editing. You want to make your own quick one today. So create new collection. So always click on own collections to get this button here, create new collection. Click on create new collection. And what it will do is at the bottom it will call it new collection. So you click on that, left click, and the top two, the ID and the file name, I've never changed. I don't think you need to. I don't know if you can, but just ignore those. As for the name, I'm going to call it how to test. Right, well, single player or teamwork, because it's a bit different in this version. Diamond Caves, you have different sets of levels for either. So if you're going to do teamwork, you actually really want to make it, so it's designed for two. For this test, single player, fine. Difficulty, because this is a test series, I'm going to make it very easy. Size. So how many levels do you want to do? Now I personally prefer to always say small, because I could come into this option later on and add more levels, but for now just leave it as it is, as it warns you there. If you do have very large and you do that many levels and put it down to small, you're obviously going to lose them. But again, I've never had that happen. Okay, so Steam ID Workshop, Steam Workshop ID. Ignore that, don't change that. When you do finally get a level set that you do submit to Steam, it will get an ID. Down here, delete this collection, well, you can delete it. This here is your thumbnail view of when you do actually upload it. It's what you see in the workshop, and well, you'll get the idea. Once you get the editing basics, you can literally change that as you want. Again, what you want to do is make your first level. So I'll stop waffling and getting on with it. Right, so expand how to test. Alright, you've got these new level group. If I expand that, we have 20 levels that we selected there, and new bonus group, there will be 5 of those as selected. Now you don't have to do these. In fact, one of our level sets that my friend and I are working on he's doing. But every time you get your yin yang, you get enough during the play of these levels, these open up. But for today, we're talking about your first level. So level 01. Okay, and that is your screen. So I'll show you the basics here. That is basically the size of the level, not particularly huge, and again, depends where you want to go. The box on the left here is actually for giving the level a name. Now the new version doesn't really show those, but I'll give it a name nonetheless. Okay, That's your undo button, your redo button. The joystick option there is for testing a level, which I couldn't actually do at the minute. Count number of emeralds and show errors and warnings. Well, if I click the show errors and warnings, it's going to immediately tell me it's exactly right. There's no exits, there's no player 1 start, and there's no yin yang. So if we want to make this bigger, I believe we go to functions and we can resize. So we go resize. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So let's make the width up to, I don't know, 20 width there, and then go a bit. Yeah, okay, probably be too big now. Scrolling is interesting because if you're used to this game, you can have it where you haven't got a boundary between you. So if you're on classic, you literally can only walk around the screen you see above me. And infinite, well, you can keep walking forever basically. Quite an interesting feature, but we're going to go classic, click OK, and there we have. I can use this here. Scroll down a little bit. That's what the level's going to look like. It looks a bit messy really, doesn't it? So anyway, how do we start editing and doing something useful? Just remember you can scroll this up and down at any time, which I find very useful. So on the right hand side here, I've got my categories. So in miscellaneous, we've got player 1, player 2, and if you can start seeing, you've got the bits you want to do your game with. Now I personally would like to, well, build a wall around what I've done, or what a useful tool here is this one, draw rectangle. So I'm going to go draw rectangle, and then I'm going to go into Earth. With the left mouse button I'm going to click Earth, and I'm going to press and hold the left mouse button, scroll across the screen, let go, and I've now got a whole level which has got Earth in it, which is great. So I'll go back, and remember when you do that, always click back to draw freehand. So what do we want in this level at the moment? That is literally just going to be like a load of Earth. Now you can use this rectangle tool for actually making lines very easily. So you click on this. Now none of those, I want to make a border, I want to make a wall. So let's go wall. Now under wall you have got your walls, which is exactly what I want. So I'm going to click wall. And you notice up here, left mouse button, it says wall is selected. Whereas if I whereas right mouse button, if I select one of these and say we'll have a exit which is closed, okay. If I right click that now, it means when I go in here and draw or do freehand, when I left click I will get the wall like that, and when I right click I will get exits. Useful little thing to know. So I'll right click Earth just because I don't want any of that at the minute, and we can go back to, I'm still on the rectangle tool, remember that. So top left, I'm going to actually use it like a line tool. See, I could do that, but I'm leave it to, oh, well that was a mistake, so I can hit undo, try that again. So there we go, and yeah, oh, there we go. It just makes it a bit easier. This is not textbook. I'll be interested to see what you guys say, or whoever watches this video. It could be interesting. Now, very important here, I'm still on the rectangle tool, and if I try and start placing bits like player points, you find it looks like it's locked up actually. I've actually told the author about this, but it's mine. I need to click back to draw freehand, and then player 1 is selected. I click player 1, and finally got somebody in there. Right, so you need something to do really. So I think, as I said, it's going to be very boring, but it's so easy. You click boulder, you can just click them around the place. Look, yeah. Collect emeralds. Click, 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 click. It's that easy really. Exit, we want to have a closed exit. I'll put it on the bottom right. Only need one because it's one player, and we do, because it will nag me otherwise, and it will not. When this is blue and you hit save changes, or it's come X there, it still means it's not playable, and there's only one reason now that isn't actually playable. It's because I've got to put a yin yang somewhere in the level, and then I immediately got a green tick. Some of you might struggle with that. I did when I first played with it. So I'll scroll this up now, and we're going to go to values, I believe. Here where it says game is your time. Well, I don't think you need a lot of time for this, so let's say 60 seconds I reckon you could do that in. Stars will come to later on. Emeralds to collect, it says 10. Well, you can use this button up here, count number of emeralds, 9. Okay, so set this to 9. Hit save. I've now got a green tick, and in theory, if this all works, I should be able to do this and test it and complete the level. That's your basics. Let's try the test. Let's see how well this is working. Right, so there we go. We've got our emeralds. We've got our 60 seconds up there. We've got our boulders. We don't need to do anything with the boulders. We've got a yin yang, and there's our exit. Voila. Right, well, there you go. I hope you found this useful. This is my first tutorial. Please do give me some comments, and if you think it's worth me doing a little bit more, I'd like to. Alright, have a nice day. Take care. All the best. Cheers then. Bye.